Hello everybody, it's Midnight Dash, and today is going to be a little more serious video. So before we start, I want to say I'm so sorry. The next couple days is not going to be like, I don't know what kind of uploads or if there'll be any uploads. Usually I do every other day a cover, but I'm kind of in a situation where I have no air conditioning and I have to turn off my fan to record, or it's really crappy audio. So this is uncut. My window is open, so there will be noises heard in the background, such as cars, probably birds and dogs, people talking maybe, because I live on a very crowded street. But so I wanted to talk, as you can see the title of the video, about depression and suicide. So what made me want to make this video is because I was watching Nicole Arbor's live video on Facebook about the lead singer of Linkin Park, Chester Bennington is his name. He committed suicide, and a lot of the comments were saying that he was selfish to have done that. And she was trying to prove that no, they weren't. He was not selfish. Suicide is not selfish. And I was compelled. I was compelled to make a video, so I decided to make a video. This is not scripted, but it is. I have notes about what I want to talk about, and you'll hear a page turn and flip because I had to go onto 2 pages because of my marker. It likes to bleed through. So, suicide is not a selfish act, and, well, here's why suicide is not selfish. A couple reasons, at least. People think their existence is a burden to somebody else, especially when you try and talk to them and you tell them that you've been feeling down a lot lately. You've been feeling depressed, feeling like you don't want to exist and shouldn't exist, and you have a subconscious feeling that, like somebody is saying, you deep down on the other side, not talking out loud or saying it out loud, that no, yeah, please shut up, just kill yourself already or something. You don't need to exist. If you're gonna do it, do it. But then they turn around and tell you, oh yeah, I care about how you feel. I love you. Please don't. Your existence does matter. You have that feeling that that's not what they're actually meaning, and that they're thinking the other on the inside. Mental and emotional pain can lead to physical pain. I've experienced this. When you get so mentally and emotionally distraught, there are 2 differences between the 2. I can't really explain the 2 differences, but there's a difference. And I will have my chest will start hurting. I'll have trouble breathing, and I'll get a headache, and I'll get tired. I'll get physically tired, and it hurts a lot. The other thing is, people who are depressed and suicidal just sometimes can't stand existing. Not all people with depression are like this, but I say depressed and suicidal because sometimes they both coincide with each other. You can't stand existing, and it just hurts to exist. You don't want to be conscious. You just want to fall asleep. You don't want to exist. It just bothers you to exist. You can't stand looking at yourself being alive. It's not something you want to do and want to be. Now you're thinking, oh, well, depressed people and people who want to commit suicide could just go get help. Coming from me, who has been through a lot and has had both thoughts, who is diagnosed with severe depression and is sometimes suicidal, has been suicidal, therapy, talking, drugs, getting help, And by drugs, I mean a psychiatrist prescribing you drugs. It does not help sometimes. A lot of the time. I've been on different kinds of medication. I am trying therapy. And I try talking to my friends or people I assume to be friends. And it doesn't work. When you go into therapy, if you tell them you don't want to exist, they send you off to the mental hospital. The mental hospital sometimes doesn't help, so you have to lie and pretend you're happy to get out. Because who wants to be there? Psychiatric drugs, they're just... all they've ever done is felt like popping a pill in my mouth that did absolutely nothing. And talking to people, well, there's some people you don't want to talk to. Some people that you really can't trust. Talking to a stranger, why would you do that? That's why I won't call a suicidal hotline, and that's why I've tried, and I'm just like, no, you're not helping. Because I don't like talking to strangers. I won't talk to strangers about my problems. That's not something that I do. I have to bond with my therapist before I can even open up a little bit about what's going on in my life. And this is why people being depressed and wanting to commit suicide is the reason why people cut and why they do drugs and why they drink, smoke, sleep all the time and why they eat. It's not because they want to, it's because it helps them forget or ease up and it just makes them feel a lot better. They want to do it, but they also want to do it because it helps. And I've been there on several of these, and this is why bad decisions are made. Why everybody's so angry. And what being depressed and being suicidal feels like is, it's like you're alone even though you're surrounded by a bunch of people. You could be at a party, but you still feel so alone. You just don't want to exist and you don't want to be there. Get an upset stomach, and sometimes it causes you to go run to the bathroom a lot, especially with anxiety. Your heart beats fast. You feel it causing your chest to hurt. You get tingly and you get numb. And it feels like you're having actual mini heart attacks, headaches, and a lot of other things. Aches and pains. It hurts. People you see could be so cheery, but when they go home, they could sit in their room with their doors locked, the lights off, and they'll just be staring off, wandering and thinking about being a burden and that nobody cares and that it hurts. And why can't they be happy? Why are they like this and why aren't they normal? People with depression sometimes often think that being depressed and feeling the way they are aren't normal. And the reasons for people being this way is because they're bullied, a breakup with somebody they've been really attached to, been with for a while, and for committing suicide reasons are the same, and being depressed and anxiety, severe trauma such as losing somebody, losing a pet, losing anybody, or going through a car accident or something like rape or anything. Severe physical injuries could too, as well, and just feeling alone in general. It's hard for depressed people and people with suicidal thoughts to seek help if they haven't. To at least give it a try, I suggest, but it may not work for everybody. So if you're there, even if you don't think they're depressed, or they don't appear to be depressed or suicidal, try and make somebody smile, because you never know how they might be feeling on the inside. Don't bully or pick on someone because of their flaws or because of anything at all, even if they did something really, really dirty and bad. And even if they're bullying somebody else, or even you. Just don't fight back. Don't fight it. You be nice to strangers, even if you don't know them. Just be nice. Open the door for them. If they drop something, pick something up. Give somebody a compliment, even if it's awkward and hard. You might make somebody's day, even if they appear to be awkward. A couple things, just on tips about, because a lot of this makes people even more depressed or want to commit suicide even more, is don't go out with somebody just because of their body or you feel bad for them. Don't go out with somebody and give them false hope and fake love. It's just not fair, and they don't deserve it. Nobody deserves to be falsely loved, even if they're a cheater or a whore or a slut, according to you. And you should look past somebody's flaws and only see their true beauty. Not physical beauty, the beauty on the inside. If you see somebody, they could be the most horrid looking thing according to you. They could be so ugly to you that you just want to vomit. But if you talk to them, got to know them, you might actually fall in love with the way they are. You'll fall in love with who they are, instead of maybe what they look like. Please don't give up on people who are like this. Don't become impatient or give up on anybody. Because it sucks to be the way and feel this way. And just give us patience and don't give up on us or on anyone. And anytime you're like, this person is really upset, remind them that you love them. Remind anybody you care about before it's too late. Say I love you to them before it's too late, because you never know what might happen. Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Goes home. Somebody hangs himself. You weren't expecting that, were you? No, you probably weren't. Please, tell somebody you care about them. Because I have tried to commit before. And I won't go into detail about how and what, because I don't want somebody to see this and get a hold of my family or whatnot. And I mean, I want people to see this. I do. I really want to raise awareness, and I want people to see this, but I don't want somebody to go and tell a member of my family that I have actually tried before and how I did it. You just, please. Even your worst enemy deserves love. I mean, don't go up and say, oh yeah, I love you and blah, 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 but don't hate them forever. Love your enemy, as hard as it may be. Because suicide is frightening and sad. And even if you hate them, if they killed themselves, will you really feel satisfied that they're gone? You probably won't. And I hope you don't. You could hate them forever and ever. And then they'd be dead and you'd be like, oh wow. No. Love your enemy as hard as it can be. Because suicide is hard for the committer as well. You think it's easy for somebody to tie a rope around their neck? To kick the chair? Oh, the rain is adding perfection to this. Do you think it's easy to pull a gun up to your head and put your finger on the trigger? To pop those pills? To open that window? Kick out the screen? It's not easy. never has been easy for anybody. I hope this helped somebody, if anybody, and I hope it made you think about anything. If you think this video might help somebody, or you want to just share it, please share it, because it might help someone, if you think it might. But that's enough from me today. I'll see you guys later. Bye.